friends, welcome back. So glad you can hang out with me yet another day. Hope you had a great week. Man, I wish I could really hear about your week because I really take deep interest in hearing how everyone's doing. But today I just want to encourage you that God hears and He cares about every prayer. More than 20 years ago, it's more than 20 years ago, exactly 20 years ago, I was a part of this small group in a church in South Florida, and one of the ladies that I would have fellowship with, she would always say, Marsha, God cares about every prayer. You could pray to Him about a hangnail. So I've always taken that idea with me throughout my entire life, right? Now that I'm doing the true adulting, I apply that in my classroom, and I apply that here at home, and I apply that wherever I go. So last week Wednesday, it was May 3rd, Wednesday, I was actually on my way to school, and my daughter and I were driving to school. I was very nervous because that day, Spectrum News 13, they were headed out my way to come film me in my element. Because of some award that I received. So on the way to school, my nerves started to get the best of me. I started getting really nervous, guys. I'm talking, my heart's racing, my palms are sweaty, thoughts are just running through my mind, and I just couldn't compose myself. So I turned to my daughter and I said, Michaela, put on something strong. So she searched through our playlist and she was like, okay, Mom, let's listen to Ty Tribute. He's a gospel recording artist. So I said, okay, let's do it. And his song that was playing was We Gonna Be All Right. So we put it to maximum volume, and we're singing and praising and worshiping. I'm praying, and I'm just going through, and we get to school, and I park the car. I said, I feel better. That interview went pretty well in my mind. And then the following day, May 4th, Thursday, my church asked me to be a part of the National Day of Prayer. And when I accepted the opportunity, at the end of the conversation, the pastor that I was speaking with, he said, okay, Marsha, your job is going to be to pray for the world. Guys, that's a big job. But taking the idea that, you know what, Lord, if I could pray to you about a hangnail, certainly I could pray to you about praying for your world, right? So that was Thursday. In the car again, in the morning, I said, okay, God, yesterday you gave me something strong, but today I need something stronger. And what He gave me on Wednesday, May 3rd, was that gospel recording artist Ty Tribute. The entire day on Thursday, all I could think about was going to Golden Crust. It's a Jamaican restaurant, and all I could think about was going to Golden Crust and getting my spinach patty for myself and beef patties for my girls, right? So I wanted to drop them off after school on Thursday. After getting the food, I would change and go back to church to pray. So that day I said, God, I just need something stronger than what you blessed me with yesterday to get me through, because now my nerves start acting up. And guys, I don't get nervous. I really don't. So Thursday's here. We head out to Golden Crust. I purchased the patties. I could distinctively remember, I could recall that I did order 2 spinach patties for myself. As I'm driving off, took a bite. I was like, something doesn't taste right. Took another bite. So I stopped the car and I looked down. I'm still in the parking lot. I was like, oh no, this is vegetable, and I don't like vegetable patties. So I make my way back to the restaurant, and I stood in line. And guys, after I submitted my order, I paid for it, and I'm walking out, and I look at the person, and I did like this, and I did like that. Guys, it was Ty Tribute. Listen to me how God works. On Wednesday, May 3rd, 2024, I asked God to send me something strong, and we found His music, right? His worship music. It's going to be all right. On Thursday, I said, God, send me something stronger. And God sent me the recording artist himself. So we're like, I motioned to him, and then I started sharing things. I was like, okay, I did a wedding because before I became a teacher, I was a wedding planner. I was like, God, It's like, oh my God, I don't know if you remember me, but we worked together on a wedding back in 2018. And, I started saying, and then I said to him, I was like, hey, do you mind if you step outside for a minute just to meet my girls? And it was such a blessing. So I shared that story to say that God hears. And he don't only hear, but he cares. And I didn't give an eloquent, my prayer that morning, Wednesday and Thursday, it wasn't even fervent. It was just sincere. It was from the heart. I knew that I could call on him no matter what. In Matthew 6:33, it says, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these things will be added unto you. So once you know his will and you have that relationship, honey, you could call on him anytime, because he will hear, and he cares so much that he's going to bless you as long as your prayers are parallel to his will. I love you guys. I really do. Be blessed.